But now Greg Barsby. I get to go first on Greg. Greg is obviously known for sidearms. Sidearm over A, B, and A.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Not S?
No.
I think that's good.
Kevin Jones has all the angles on his sidearm. He can go from a vertical hyzer all the way up to the...
I'm trying to think back on it.
I think that he's definitely in like B+ range as well.
Yeah. And now Eric Oakley.
Kind of top level distance with his sidearm. He definitely can make a move on.
He's really good at sidearm, like kind of annoyingly good for me sometimes. What do you think?
I'd say strong B.
Okay. I'm tempted to put him in A, but it's not Christmas yet for Eric.
Oh, sorry.
Nice. All right.
Let's fix this. What is up, everybody? Eagle here, back with day number 13 of Vlogmas, and today I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make my own version of the tier list that Simon and Casey made for the best four-hander slash sidearmers on tour. I watched their video, and you know, I love them both, and they're entitled to their opinions, but I just feel like they put some players in the wrong category. Let's just say that. And this is why some people can't get along, because they have a different opinion than someone else, but then they argue about it and they can't coexist in the world. You know what I'm talking about. But in this case, I'm saying, all right, Simon Casey, I like your video. I like that you put it out there. This is my opinion. Let's just say this. I've played with a lot of these players, and I've seen what they've been able to do with their sidearms, and I think a few people deserve a little bit more credit, and some people maybe even deserve a little less credit than what they got. So let's jump into it. Okay, we are doing it, and the first person up in my list is Adam Hammis, and let's just say, okay, Adam Hammis has a great forehand, really super solid. He got A. He was in the A tier for Simon and Casey's video. I'm gonna be referencing that a lot in this video. I'm gonna put him in A because I do agree that his sidearm is very good. It's controlled and it's pretty well rounded. Definitely is a major asset to his game, so I'm putting Adam up there in A. I might move it around later, but I think they got that right. Okay, Austin Hannum. This was one that, you know, I love Austin. Austin's a great dude, and I think his sidearm is absolutely beast, but I can't give him S tier. I just can't give him S tier like everyone else. But I'm gonna put him in A since they had him in S. But you know, we can, like I said, we might move some people around. Okay, this was one that blew my mind. Anthony Barella, also known as AB. Guys, I don't think you understand. At USDGC, I want to say it was 2019. He was throwing sidearms over the lake, just insane distance. And every time I've played with AB, I've just been. My mind has been blown with his sidearm, and you know, I can't give him B. You know, his name's AB. They gave him B. I'm gonna give him A. Like, his sidearm, it's legitimately impressive, and he has pretty good touch with it too. All right, this is a person that got A, which isn't bad. A is very good, but in my opinion, this person has one of the greatest sidearms of all time. I would say he has a better sidearm than almost anybody on this list. He's been playing for 24 years. He's a world champion. That's Greg Barsby. I got to put him in S. I've played with Greg a bunch. Every time he throws the eagle, it blows my mind. And then one thing that you don't see is these rhino forehand approaches they throw, or the tank or whatever. And it's just... it's beautiful. It's poetry in motion. One of the best touch throwers of a sidearm on tour. He got a forehand roller ace to win an NT at De La, so Barsby can't go unnoticed S tier all the way. Kale LaVisca, they talked about him. His sidearm's almost non-existent. You know, everyone loves Kale, but I got to give him D. Calvin Heinberg. I think they gave him B. Let me check my my list real quick. Let's see, what did they give Calvin? Calvin they put in B, and Calvin gets the job done. Okay, I'm gonna categorize this. We have to have a better understanding what S tier is. S tier is, it's a mind-blowing sidearm, and the things they can do with it is unlike anyone else. They can control it, they can throw far, and it's just, you know, it's amazing. I think Greg meets the proper criteria for S tier. And then A tier is impressive. It's an impressive sidearm that, you know, it's a major asset to their game. They probably don't fully rely on it. Adam, Austin, and AB, I'd say are very impressive sidearms. B is good and gets the job done. C is they got a sidearm. Like, if there's a sidearm hole, they're gonna throw it, and you know it'll work. And D is almost non-existent. So playing with Calvin, I think he makes fun of his own sidearm. Like, I'm literally going off what Calvin says about his sidearm. He has a good approach shot, but basically it's pretty one-dimensional. He's throwing his Firebird, maybe a destroyer sometimes. So I'm gonna put him in C. Jordan Castro, I would put him next to Calvin. He's got a sidearm. Chris Clemens, they got that right. They put him at S tier. He is the best lefty sidearm thrower out there. You know, long distance, short distances, it's all good. I'll put Clemens up there. Colton, you know, he's between C and D for me. He has a sidearm, but I never really see him throw it. I know he's struggled with it. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna put him in C. He's got more of a sidearm than Kale. Chris Dickerson, let's just say this. He put the sidearm on the green, hole 17, the final round, and in order to do that, you have to have some confidence in your game. So I gotta give him B. I'd probably put him at B minus though, because I don't see major distance, see anything flashy, but he's not afraid to throw it when he needs it. Drew Gibson, I gotta put him in C, or I'd probably even put him C minus because he's such a backhand thrower. Myself, I don't even want to rank myself. You know, I don't really want to even put myself in there because I feel like I have good distance control. I have decent control from short distance, and it's getting better, but I just don't want to rank myself. I'm gonna put myself in A, and you know, this list isn't perfect. I'm gonna say that right now. This is just my opinion. I think Barsby's a better forehander than I am overall. He's been doing it a lot longer. I hope one day I can be on his level, but I'm gonna put myself in A, probably A plus. I have good distance, and some things I can do with a forehand are very impressive, but there's a lot of areas where I feel like I'm still lacking. Emerson Keith. Emerson has a great touch forehand, really solid. I'm gonna put him in B. I'm almost tempted to put him in A, but I'm gonna put him at about a B plus. Eric Oakley, my boy, he is an outstanding sidearm thrower. I've played so many rounds with Eric, and I know how much he relies on his sidearm. It's beautiful. It's a great sidearm. I'm going to put him in A plus, really, because the angle control he has. Simon and Casey did him dirty by putting him in B plus. He's one of the better sidearm players on tour. I fully believe that. So Eric's going in A, maybe even A plus. I don't see the power. He has a lot of power, but not quite as much as Chris. And Barsby just has a little bit more control than Eric. So I got to put those two above him. Ezra, I haven't played enough with him. I'm just gonna throw him in B because he does have a powerful sidearm. Let's see how that plays out. I think that's what Simon and Casey said as well. Double G, he gets the sidearm done. Nothing too impressive, but he can throw a sidearm when he needs it, but he does lean on his backhand. Gavin Rathbun, I haven't played with him enough to really know. This picture is showing him throw a sidearm, so I'm just going to put him in C. James Conrad, I got to put him in D. He's the best player in the world to not have a proper or like a super good sidearm. He threw it on one at USDGC and birdied it. He threw like a Firebird or a Thunderbird. So I think there's a sidearm hiding somewhere in his game, but he just doesn't want to throw it. Big Germ, duh, S tier all the way. Some of the silkiest forehand lines on tour. The control that he has is unlike any other. There's super understable discs on these hyzers. Get him to flip up, ride out on antes. Great. Kevin Jones is another one. Got to go in A. I'd give Kevin a solid A. Played a lot of rounds with Kevin this year, and he threw some sidearms on some holes that I would never even think to throw sidearms on, just because his angle control is so good. He's on his way to S tier. I know that he's put a lot of work into his forehand. I actually talked to him about Simon Casey's video, and he would, I don't think he was upset, but you know, I wanna bring justice, and I think Kevin is a solid A tier sidearm thrower who could make his way to S at some point if his sidearm keeps flying like it is in 2020. All right, who is this? All right, this is Kyle Klein. Played some practice rounds with Kyle Klein at the DGPT finale and some rounds at USDGC. He's got a good sidearm, but it's not very powerful. He is always talking about how it needs a little bit more power. I'm just gonna put him at probably about a C+. He has room to improve, but I think there's something there. Andrew Marweed. I've only played one round with Andrew, and he's known as the sidearm snappy guy. Like, those are Tina Oakley's, those are her words. He's like, oh, Andrew Marweed, the sidearm snappy guy in the woods. And, you know, he's a solid A. He's definitely not B. That's probably one of the highlights of his game, that and his putting. He's definitely an A tier sidearm thrower. Nico. Nico's been playing for a long time. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows Nico. He's a B. Probably just straight up B. He's got a solid sidearm. He'll throw it on holes where, you know, it calls for a sidearm, and he'll do it with flying colors, but there's nothing about his sidearm that puts it over the top to make it extra special, which would be A or S tier. So I'm putting him at B. Noah Mindsma. I always think of Noah as more of a putter and kind of a backhand thrower. So I don't know. I really don't know. I think he has a sidearm. From Minnesota, I'm putting him NC. Paul Macbeth. You know, Paul obviously is the GOAT or one of the GOATs, him and Climo. But I can't give him S tier. You know, I'm not afraid to call out Paul on some of his weaknesses. You know, if he watches this, he's probably going to go hit the field and throw sidearms a bunch and become one of the best sidearm throwers ever. But I honestly can't give him S tier. When I play with him, I see Clemens as being much more impressive. Barsby, Germ. I'd give him solid A tier. I'd say Eric has a better sidearm than Paul. Kevin has a better sidearm. Austin, maybe Adam and Paul are maybe on the same level. But, you know, obviously Paul gets the job done. Like, if we were to make a tier list of every aspect of a game, Paul would probably be an A or S tier on most of those. So, you know, A is still really good, but I just can't give Paul an S tier on this. Philo, almost non-existent. He throws it when he absolutely has to, but, you know, Philo's great. He makes up for it in other ways. Andrew Presnell, sorry, I gotta put him there. He's mostly backhand, mostly kind of an angles thrower. I haven't really seen his sidearm. I haven't played with Andrew that much, maybe 2 or 3 times, so I can't really comment it. I haven't heard anyone really talk about his sidearm. Ricky, absolute S tier. Ricky might be one of the best sidearm players of all time. People forget how good he is. He has massive power. He has incredible control, just an incredible, well-rounded sidearm. He used to throw it a lot more, but then he started relying on his backhand. And I don't know if it's his shoulder or he just, wants to make sure he has confidence in his backhand, because I know that from experience. Like when I'm throwing too many sidearms, I lose some control on my backhand, so maybe he's balancing it out. But you could easily put Ricky as one of the best sidearm players ever, maybe even at the top of this list. Simon Lizotte, when his elbow doesn't hurt, he has pretty good control and some distance. Like I remember Memorial 2018, hole 1 was this triple Mando, and it's like a clear backhand shot, and Simon just rips out a sidearm on it. So I'm gonna put Simon B. He has a better sidearm than he gives himself credit for. Terry Roethlisberger, they put him in A. I think he's probably an A tier sidearm thrower because he makes fun of himself for this. He never really throws all that far. Backhand wise, so he has to make up for it in sidearm. I'm gonna put him in A, but I would probably say solid A. I'd put Kevin, I put Eric, Austin all above him, but I'll give him solid A. Thomas Gilbert, I'm gonna give him B, maybe B plus. So it's hard to say because Thomas is learning from the best, one of the best, Nate Sexton. Guys, let me clarify. The reason why we're only doing these 32 players is because this is the Disc Golf Pro Tour from 2020. If Nate Sexton played, then he would obviously be in this top 32 list, and he would definitely be S tier. There's some other players that, weren't in the top 32 because of COVID or in Europe. Like shout out to Albert Tam, some of the Estonians, Silver Lat. All those guys are pushing A or S tier on the sidearms. So, maybe next year when we make a list like this, they'll be on it. But right now, this is just for the 2020 Pro Tour. So, yeah, Terry Roethlisberger, we're going to put him on A. And then Paul Ulibarri, so a road warrior, someone who's been around for a long, long time. If disc golfers were Pokemon and there's different generations, obviously, like, there's Gen 1 who was like, the OG guys. Gen 2 would be like Klein, Barry, Schultz. Gen 3 would probably be probably Paul Ulibarri, Kayla Viska, Philo Brathwaite, and then Gen 4 is more like myself, Eric Oakley, Kevin Jones, and then Gen 5 is like Kyle Klein. So Paul Ulibarri's a Gen 3 disc golf-amon. That was absolutely terrible. One of you laughed. I know it for a fact. He's A. Great angle control. Not the most distance, but he's been throwing sidearm for a long time. And yes. All right, guys. This is my list so far. I'm going to look through it, and I'm going to look at how it's different than Simon and Casey's. I'm going to put them up on the screen so you can see the differences. So really, it's not all that different. Out of S tier, I took away Paul. I took away from myself. I just don't want to rank myself. I'm just going to leave it there. So I'm going to give myself A tier. I bumped Barsby to A. Adam stayed the same. Terry stayed the same. From B, I bumped up AB. I kept Dickerson in B. Ezra in B, Thomas in B, Calvin got put to C, Emerson remained in B, Andrew got the bump to A, Eric got the bump to A, Gavin got demoted, Adam went downwards, and Yuli jumped up to the A, and then C, we're not going to touch on because that's just too much. And basically, the D stayed the same, but I put James at the bottom. There's a sidearm hiding in James. There's a sidearm hiding in Philo, but they're just so good at throwing these control lines in the woods. So, okay, guys, that was my take on the best sidearm / forehand players on the Disc Golf Pro Tour 2020. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is my opinion. I think I like this list a lot. I like it a lot more than Simon, Casey, but obviously because I made it, you know, their list is theirs, so that's all I'm gonna say. And I did ask Simon if I could make this video and not piss him off. This is all in good Vlogmas fun, so there's no pointing fingers. There's a little bit of that, but it's all friendly. It's all in good nature. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go over the giveaway right now. Let's do that. Remember, I'm giving away this here black DD3, and yesterday I asked you guys, what do you want for Christmas? And the winner of the DD3 is Rick Elamon. He said, all I want for Christmas is to be off work and spend time with my wife and newborn daughter Autumn and give them a good Christmas. Now that's beautiful. I want that for you too, Rick. So, you know, hopefully this DD3 will grant your wish. But you know, that's a very honest and beautiful thing to want for Christmas. All right, today's giveaway, I'm gonna give away this beautiful Instinct. This is it's a Neo Instinct. I forget the plastic. It's not chameleon. I don't even know. I don't know what it's called. But it is sweet, and this isn't the one, but it's the same type of disc I hit the Roller Ace on. And what I'm gonna ask you guys in order to win this disc is, I want you to comment below the best shot you have seen on camera. So leave your comments below, and when I pick the comment tomorrow, I'm going to go and play that shot along with me announcing the winner of this disc. So comment the best shot you've seen down below. And guys, thank you for watching this day of Vlogmas, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Till next time, keep on dreaming, and peace.
Yeah, I'm so